IntelliJ idea debugging. Debugger keeps disconnecting. Imagine you're in the middle of fixing a tricky bug, and suddenly your debugger drops out. Frustrating, right? That's a common issue when working with IntelliJ IDEA, a popular integrated development environment. Today, we're going to look at why your debugger might keep disconnecting and how to fix it so your debugging sessions stay stable. First, one big reason is when you update or restart your application externally. For example, if you change server code and redeploy without stopping the debugger, it loses connection because the process it was attached to no longer exists. To avoid this, always restart your debug session after making code changes or use hot swap features if your setup supports them. Second, conflicts with build tools or project configurations can cause disconnections. Running your application through tools like Maven or Gradle sometimes causes the debugger to exit immediately after launch. This happens if the build process stays active or overlaps with the debugger. To fix this, close any conflicting shells or processes and double-check your run debug configurations to prevent overlapping tasks. Third, environment-specific issues can also be a culprit. Users on Windows report more disconnections than on Linux, which suggests some bugs or incompatibilities. Keeping IntelliJ IDEA and all plugins updated can help. Also, check for known platform-specific bugs that might be causing your debugger to disconnect. Fourth, your JVM or debugger settings might be part of the problem. If the debugger log shows errors or unexpected exits, turn on detailed debug logs in IntelliJ IDEA. You can do this through the Help menu under Diagnostic Tools. Sometimes switching to a different Java Development Kit version or tweaking JVM debug parameters can resolve disconnects. Fifth, when working with web or Node.js applications, disconnects often happen if you update the server code without reconnecting the debugger. In these cases, restart the debug session or use remote debugging configurations that allow you to attach to a running process again. To fix these issues, start by restarting your debug session after any code change instead of relying on hot reloads. Close any conflicting build tool shells or processes before you start debugging. Make sure your IntelliJ IDEA and plugins are up to date to benefit from bug fixes. Use diagnostic logs to find errors or clues about disconnections. Adjust your run or debug configurations to match your project setup and environment. If you're debugging a server or Node.js app, consider remote attach configurations that support reconnecting. By checking these common causes and applying these solutions, you can keep your debugger connected longer. This means less interruption and more focus on fixing those tricky bugs efficiently. Remember, a stable debugging session is key to writing better code and solving problems faster.